Friends, a millionaire man started tickling his wife in front of a waitress inside a hotel. What happened next will shock you beyond belief, so make sure to watch the video till the end. Friends, it was midnight, and the 60th floor of New York's The Pierpont Hotel was wrapped in luxurious silence. Only the soft chime of the elevator and the rolling sound of a service cart broke the stillness. The waitress, Chloe Baker, a young art student who worked nights there, was heading toward room 6005, the Hayes Suite. The owner of the room was Wall Street tycoon Preston Hayes, known not only for his immense wealth, but also for his even more extraordinary eccentricities. Chloe knocked on the door, but there was no response. From inside came a muffled, almost broken laughter, the kind that felt more like a tense drama than joy. When Chloe used the passcode to open the door, she witnessed a scene beyond her imagination. Mr. Preston Hayes, wearing an expensive silk robe, was leaning over his stunningly beautiful wife, Serena Hayes. Serena lay on the couch, her eyes filled with fear and helplessness. Preston was tickling her, but this wasn't playful husband and wife fun. Preston's eyes were cold. He was repeatedly touching a small spot just above Serena's left ankle, as if searching for a vulnerable nerve. Chloe's heart sank. In Serena's eyes, Chloe saw a sadness that reminded her of a childhood nightmare, the kind of sadness that says everything is wrong, but no one is allowed to speak. Preston noticed Chloe and flashed a bright but hollow smile. "Oh, sorry, Chloe. My wife was feeling a little stressed. We're playing a tension release game. It's a family thing." Serena's eyes met Chloe's. They were screaming for help. Suddenly, Serena jerked her head to the side and dramatically whispered, "Oh, Preston, my head hurts. Could you give me my blue starburst kit?" Blue starburst? Chloe thought. Not medicine for a headache, but a specific color of candy? Was this just bizarre rich people behavior or something else? For a brief moment, Preston's face twisted with anger. "Not for you, dear. Go to sleep now." He tossed a $500 bill onto Chloe's tray. "Here, now leave, and don't tell anyone how funny our laughter looked to you." Chloe stepped out, but the $500 tip made her stomach churn. Her conscience screamed that it wasn't tickling, it was a threat, and blue starburst had to be a code. She pressed the elevator button, but as the doors began to close, she deliberately made a fake, awkward noise, as if she had twisted her ankle, and jammed her service cart between the doors. She turned back down the hallway and pressed her ear to the door of 6005. Inside, Preston's voice was no longer playful. "I know who you are, Serafina. You're not my wife, and the data my company's $2 billion future depends on is hidden somewhere near the tracker implanted in your ankle. That tickling was just my way of reminding you that I know where you're sensitive." Serafina replied calmly and firmly, "You're a fraud and a thief, Preston. I've hidden the data to destroy you, and blue starburst is something you'll never find." Chloe understood immediately. This was corporate espionage. Preston's real wife was dead, and this woman had taken her place to expose his secrets. Calling the police would be too slow. Then Chloe remembered something. Serafina had once jokingly told her that her biggest weakness was she couldn't resist sweets. Chloe rushed to her cart and grabbed a fresh, large pack of Starburst candy. She quickly tore it open, separated only the blue ones, and wrapped them in plain paper. She knocked twice on the door and called out loudly before it opened. "Excuse me, Mr. Hayes, I just found out the hotel received a new limited edition batch of blue Starburst candies. I thought Madam should know." Preston opened the door, anger and frustration written all over his face. "I told you to leave." "But sir," Chloe said innocently, "that was a $500 tip. After such generosity, how could I leave without fulfilling Madam's greatest wish?" She tossed the bundle of blue starbursts onto the table. Serafina instantly understood. It was the key to the code. Preston lunged toward the candy, thinking she was trying to hide the data again. That emotional distraction was all Serafina needed. She pulled out a tiny chip from beneath her pillow, concealed inside a thin, flexible plate, exactly where Preston had been tickling. To keep Preston distracted, Chloe made a ridiculous move. She grabbed his tie and buzzed like an imaginary bee. "Oh, sir, there's something in your hair. It looks hilarious." For a moment, Preston was stunned by the humiliating absurdity. In that instant, Serafina slapped the chip onto the mirror. A small LED light blinked. The data had been securely transferred to an encrypted cloud server. By the time Preston turned around, it was too late. Furious, he flipped the table. Outside, hotel security and police, alerted by Chloe earlier through an emergency code sent while pretending to be injured in the elevator, burst into the room. Preston Hayes was arrested for $2 billion worth of corporate espionage and attempted murder. The next day, Chloe wasn't in the manager's office. She was in a quiet, luxurious room belonging to a secret government agency. Serafina smiled at her. "You did what no trained agent could. You connected the blue starburst code to my playful weakness. That tickling wasn't about fear. It was an extraction attempt on my encrypted device hidden in my ankle. Your strange courage and that bee joke saved my life." Chloe learned why Serafina had been chosen for the mission. She was a genius who noticed emotional details even under extreme pressure. Chloe received a large financial reward that covered her entire college tuition. But the greatest reward was Serafina's heartfelt gratitude and the lesson that sometimes the biggest danger can be defeated in the most ridiculous way. After that night, Chloe embraced her art more seriously. She realized that real suspense and drama don't exist only in movies. They exist in night shifts, behind absurd tickling, and inside a sweet blue candy. Chloe paid her college fees and began working in a New York art studio. But the mystery of that night at the Pierpont never fully left her mind. One day, Serafina invited Chloe for coffee at her new secure apartment. She was now working as a consultant for her agency. During their conversation, Chloe suddenly remembered something. "Serafina, that night when Preston gave me the $500 tip, he said, 'Don't tell anyone how funny our laughter looked to you.' Isn't that strange? I wasn't laughing at all." Serafina's face went pale. She immediately texted a secret number. "You caught something crucial, Chloe. Preston knew you weren't laughing. That line wasn't for us. It was for someone else." Chloe's heart raced. "You mean there was a third person in the room?" "No," Serafina said, studying the floor plan, "but he was recording everything. He was giving feedback to the recorder, confirming the signal was live." Both realized it at once. Room 6005 had a hidden camera. If that recording ever surfaced, Serafina's career and Chloe's identity would be in danger. The room, however, had already been reassigned to another high-profile guest. But Chloe didn't give up. Using her art background, she devised a plan. With help from a theater set designer friend, she arranged a temporary art exhibition in the Pierpont lobby titled "Modern Surveillance and Violation of Privacy." That was their cover. The next day, Chloe, Serafina, and the team entered the Hayes suite, claiming they needed to inspect a special lighting installation. Inside, Chloe focused on the spot where Preston had been distracted, the table and the painting behind it. As a painter, she knew frames often hide gaps. She touched the painting. The frame was loose. "It's here," she whispered. Serafina opened the edge. Inside was a micro-camera chip, still recording. Serafina inserted it into a secure device. "Is the data safe?" Chloe asked. "Yes, and more than that," Serafina replied grimly. "Preston wasn't just recording us. He was live streaming to an international black market dealer. That tickling was a signal, and your funny laughter confirmed the dealer had the feed." As they left, Chloe joked, "Wait, I forgot my hero mug, the one that says Best Waitress/Spy." Serafina laughed. "I'll buy you a new one. We're safe now." But near the elevator, Chloe noticed a new guest standing outside room 6005, a well-dressed man holding a blue Starburst wrapper. He laughed, the same hollow laugh Preston had expected to hear. He was Preston's international partner. Their playful adventure had turned into a deadly chase. And this is where today's video ends. If you enjoyed it, please like the video and subscribe to the channel.